Hello there, welcome back to Twin Soul Sounds. I'm Sach, and we hope you've been enjoying the content we've been putting out for you. So, in the 4-body series, we previously said that we would break this up into 2 parts. However, we realized that we've just got too much to share with you, and having just 2 parts might make the videos a bit too long. So what we've decided to do is to break our second part video into 2 further parts. So now, the 4-body series will have 3 parts. In the first part, we covered the physical and the mental bodies. In the second part, we will solely be covering the emotional body. And in the third part, we'll be covering the spiritual body, and we'll also be talking about this one super technique that we can utilize to bring about a state of balance back to all those 4 bodies of ours. So, we're pretty excited to bring that out to you. Stay in tune for that and enjoy.
So now we'll move on to the spiritual body. Okay, so the spiritual body is also known as the observer or the supporter. So in a way, it is quite linked to the mental body. So the mental body is where we think and analyze, but the spiritual body can be thought as the awareness behind the awareness of a thought. So, for example, you realize that you're thinking something that feels quite negative, but then if you realize that you are thinking that thought in a negative way, that's the spiritual body. So I like to think of the spiritual body as well as the awareness behind all that is. And it's also our connection to source, to the creator, to God, to the divine as well. So we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So one of the important things is when we bring all these bodies together, we can acknowledge and bring harmony and balance as well to the spiritual body at the same time. So one of the things when we are kind of in that balanced state of the spiritual body, we feel very intuitive, we're quite aware, we feel balanced in our emotions as well, and we're more the observer and neutral. So we stand from a neutral point and observe things going on in our life rather than reacting to things that are happening in our environment. And balance in the spiritual body brings us awareness to the beauty that is all around us and the beauty that is within. So we might talk a little bit about what are some signs that you may have an underactive spiritual body, okay? What signs of underactivity may manifest in your life as a result of this? So this could be, and quite a number of people feel this could be maybe feeling a victim. As an example, feeling a victim of fate, that things are out of your control, that no one cares about you, that you're all alone in the world. And so I think that will resonate with many people because oftentimes we get into that kind of little pity party mode and we feel bad for ourselves when we're in that state, and that can be a sign of an underactive spiritual body. And so the opposite extreme of that is an overactive spiritual body. So when we're very into our spiritual practice, but maybe we're not paying attention to our physical body or mental or emotional body, we may feel as though we're daydreaming all the time, or we've got our head in the clouds and we're not very grounded. So we don't see perhaps the practicality of our reality in a sense. So that can be a sign of an overactive spiritual body, which we've all had at some point in our lives. And some methods to bring balance back to this point. So regularly engaging in a spiritual practice such as meditation is a really great tool. And probably you've heard from many people that, it's really great to do meditation, but everyone's like, well, what's so great about it? Okay, it's this thing that, I saw on TV, this spiritual guy does, and he seems to be quite relaxed when he does it. But when I do it, it doesn't seem that great. Well, there are actually benefits to meditation, even if you don't see them as yet. So I might actually get Sach to demonstrate. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit how meditation can bring balance to all 4 bodies at the same time. Okay, so this is a really great tool you can implement even if it's 10 or 15 minutes a day. So I'll get Sach to go into a meditation position. Great. So as we can see, Sach has got his eyes closed. His body is relaxed So we can already see that the physical body is taking a rest. At the same time, he's not interacting with the external environment or anything within it. So his emotional body is put to rest. What you may experience in meditation, those emotions and thoughts rise up, but that's normal. This is just what's happening underneath the surface. And what else can we see? So we can also see that his mental state. Now, some of you may debate this with me and say, oh, I always think so many thoughts when I'm in meditation. But if you don't pay attention to the thoughts, you can actually bring a lot of peace and rest to the mental body and bring it back to that 0 point. So when a thought comes up, just say, okay, you are there because you are leaving, and get back to that state. And lastly, the great thing about this practice is its benefits for the spiritual body. So for those of you who might know about chakras, the crown chakra is located just above here. So as well, at the same time, when we're in meditation, closed off from the physical world, sensory input is off, we can now connect to our source, to our connection to God, source, and the divine. So just 10 or 15 minutes a day of this practice is really instrumental. So thank you, Sach, for demonstrating that.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I think meditation is definitely a tool. And if you didn't realize, if you watch our part 1 and today's video, you realize meditation to be the strategy to bring balance in all those 4 bodies. So it allows all those bodies to achieve coherence, and that allows you to live your life in a way that brings ease, happiness, and joy, because all those bodies are balanced and happy. They're 4 occupants in this one being. So you've got to be able to dedicate time, attention, and energy to each of these 4 bodies to ensure that you're living the best life possible. Quite important. Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah, we hope that you enjoyed learning about these new techniques and the signs of what may be not in balance in each of these 4 bodies.
Yeah.
And what we are going to do is at the bottom of our video, there's going to be a link in this video for strategies. So we mentioned a couple of strategies in these 2 videos, but we're going to give you a few more strategies on addressing different parts of our body and what we can do, exercises, hobbies, practices, to bring them back to homeostasis, back to that 0 point, so you can function in your life with ease and grace and not always struggling.
Yeah, I think that would be quite helpful and beneficial for all you beautiful souls out there. Well, if you liked what you heard of today and if it resonated with you, definitely leave us a like and subscribe. If you've got any feedback or anything you'd like to share, pop in the comment section down below and stay tuned for our next video. Till then, remember to cultivate the light within.